What's going on, guys? Back with the TDE pod. We got Raaid in the booth. This week we are talking about our weeks in Yu-Gi-Oh, brief as they may be. We're talking about some of the new Overframe cards.
Yes.
What to expect coming up in the next year. And we're talking about a crazy occurrence that happened at our locals.
As always.
Yeah.
So, and if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, and always comment down below your thoughts and opinions on what we're talking about and your experiences in your Yu-Gi-Oh week and how you did.
Yeah, hype up the video too down below.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the TDE pod. We got Raaid in the booth. We're back.
I am back.
I'm not by my lonesome anymore, man.
No.
It's good.
Yes.
Let's get into our weeks in Yu-Gi-Oh. This is a rare pod where we're recording before our Sunday locals.
Yeah.
Just for some scheduling disturbances, I guess.
Yeah.
So we don't have a complete snapshot of our entire week, but halfway through and prepping for our Sunday locals, which is like our main event.
Yeah.
So I've played twice this week.
Yeah.
I played Matsias, and then I played locals on Friday.
Okay.
At the usual spot. Matsias 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, this podcast will come out on the same day as it normally does. I'm just thinking. So you would have seen Matsias by then. I got into a grind game with John.
Yeah.
Game 1. I was the defending champ. Wasn't able to hold it. Lost the die roll.
Oh.
So then.
Oh, that's what it came down to?
Yeah.
Do you think you had it? Because you guys went to game 3, right?
Yes, like he misplayed.
Okay.
And there was a point in time where he could have done something probably better and pushed for game.
Okay.
But he didn't. And I did have a crackback.
Okay.
So it was just one of those where like the time was winding down. There's like stress, so you're playing fast and then like you miss shit.
Yeah.
But I haven't really watched back the game entirely.
Okay.
So I think there was a point too, like where he had like crazy hand advantage on me, and I was like, why am I still able to keep playing? So I have to watch it back.
Okay.
So if you're watching, let me know. Where did John fuck up, or where did I fuck up?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went 2-1. After that, I played Evan, who was on For Hire Pure, and then Stefan's RB deck. So finished that 2-1. Then locals last night, undefeated.
Oh, nice.
I played against. I'll get into this a little bit later.
Okay.
But I guess you could say it was heroes. That'd be super generous to say.
Yeah. Longer-ish hair, like to the shoulder. Is it that guy? No, different.
No,
okay.
this is a new guy.
Oh.
Yeah. My second round, I played against Andres. I'll actually say this. A lot of times, because Andres is playing 6 Sams, doesn't have a lot of non-engine space, the games are like blowouts.
Yeah.
Either he sets up an FTK and kills me.
Yeah.
Or I set up a board, he can't break the board. You know, we go next.
Okay.
This one, he's like, he said something funny off the top too. He was like, "This isn't bad CS, man. I will FTK you." But he didn't have the hand, or I interacted at the right spot where he couldn't do it. So he set up like a board, which has a couple negates. And our games were like, our third game was actually like a grind.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit. I was actually scared for a second.
Okay.
Because he like fooed me. And the hand I had was like mostly branded. And I could have made the bridge to Draco Tail play, but it would have given him like so many draws. And I know, big 6 Sam fan, he's playing evenly matched because it's a 6 Sam card.
Okay. Fair
enough. I was like, if I allow him to draw into that, then I'm like cooking myself.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in Draco Tail, but like it's still annoying, and it could be the push, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna set up Synchro Ecclesia. So I gave him like 2 draws and passed, and that was enough. I had enough like back rows, and I had a Dragon's Mind set was the big swinger. I didn't even use the Ecclesia. I actually ended up summoning an Arthalion, and then that was my 25 body. And then my game 3, I got my revenge. I matched up into John.
Okay.
And this guy bricked terribly 2 games in a row. Yeah. He went first both times. No. It was sad.
Yeah.
So I just cleaned it up, you know. But undefeated. So sitting at 5-1 on the week so far. Going into our 5 rounds of Swiss tomorrow. So let's hope for the best. I can't lose more than once.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I am not living up to my goal of X2 is good enough for the week kind of thing, depending on how much I play, I guess. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Where are you at?
Well, I'll quickly do my recap from last week.
Oh yeah, right.
And then it won't be very long because it wasn't long.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal. It was Matt CS back to back VS K9.
Yeah.
I was on Blue Eyes.
I was telling the people about it, man. It was sad to watch.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant, but I was like, this is like a telltale sign of like time to pack it up, So
the fries in the bag, big dog.
Yeah. So, and it was like the day before Dark Magician stuff like officially released. Right. So yeah. So then I played it, then got washed, and then Sunday I used it again because I didn't get all the Dark Magician cards in time. So I went like X3 right off the gates, and then I won the last 2 games after that, and I was like, yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna go into the details for the games I had. I can't remember some of them.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, Matt CS, I had the Dark Magician stuff ready to go. Mm-hmm. So I built something the night before, switching it up from the Shining Sark stuff.
Yep.
And then that was pretty decent. It was fairly consistent. I went 2-1 as well.
Yep.
I played Andreas round 1, mm-hmm. and
Stefan round 2, right?
Yeah, Stefan round 2. But then I think it went to game 3 against Andreas. So I was kind of worried too, even with that one. I was like, he wasn't doing the FTK build. It was just like he just had a board that just had like spell trap negate and a monster negate. So I was like, that's pretty good. And so then game 3 I was able to take it. And then game 2 or match 2 was against Stefan RB. Game 1 I had it. Game 2 he absolutely destroyed me. He built his board and I was like, bro, I'm not cracking this. And then game 3 I was able to kind of take it. He bricked so hard. He drew the 2 cards he didn't need and like a spell card that didn't really help him in that moment. Mm-hmm. And then I think the other 2 were just hand traps that I was able to kind of play through. Mm-hmm. So it was very unfortunate because like I get where he's coming from when you just draw cards you don't want. Because like playing against him game 2, I drew 3 barrels and that was like terrible. That's why you did the same against him where you drew 3 of the same card, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, that happened, but I didn't want to like expose you. But like yeah, it just sucks. Drawing 3 of a kind is fucking crazy. Yeah. And then game 3 I went against Dan, and that was a good back and forth against VS. But like again, it was just one of those things where he built a board, that's it, it's over. And then I built a board again, that was over. And then it went back to him. I lost every die roll too, so that kind of sucked, losing game 1 basically to just not being able to build much of a board. And against VS Canaan, because it can push through so much, it was pretty good. So then game 3 I can't remember if I bricked or not, but he still got it. He built enough of a board.
This is the one I actually watched back, and I was there in person. And Dan had the moment where he's like, "Yo, Raaid, look away from the camera,"
right?
And showed his card, and showed it to me and Stefan, and it was triple tack talents.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, "Damn," because you had a dragoon.
Yes.
I was like, "That is an out."
Yes.
So he just has to bait you with 1 negate.
Yeah.
And it was masterful, I'll say that. Yeah. Because he did the Holly Sue effect to steal. Yeah. So you had to negate that.
Yes.
Which put Dragoon up to 4K.
Yes.
Then he triple tacked you. Yeah. Stole the Dragoon.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah.
Because he had 2 K9 bodies.
Yeah. And he also had Mad Love that could have done something similar. I think destroys.
Bounces the lowest defense. But
and
it's lowest defense on board, not on your side. Oh. Whereas the Holly Sue is highest attack on your side, and because Dragoon was your only monster, it was that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Mad Love bounces the lowest defense on field. Oh, but all the VS monsters have like crazy high defense. Okay. So
maybe I misunderstood him. Because when he said the defense, I thought it was like on my field.
Yeah, for the Dragoon play, it was attack because it was Holly Sue.
Yeah. No, but I said that even like if it wasn't for talents and that, he said he had like that. He had those 3. Yeah. But so Mad Love was out of the question, so it was talents or whatever. Right. But then he may not have been able to game me, but I think he had enough in hand to game me. So I don't think it really mattered. Like he probably had it. But drawing the talents is crazy. Because had he not, then Holly Sue would have just been negated. Yep. And he can't like go over it. I think it was a tough thing. I think he was telling me. So At least from what I understand how his deck works. Even the one in game 2, he just shifter on me, and I was still able to like build a pretty decent board. I don't remember if I lost that game. I think I did. I really can't remember.
Yeah,
but
you were under shifter during the tactics thing too.
was I? No,
Yeah.
shifter already made my board. Or that?
No. When he shifted you in that game 3,
Okay.
because your discard went straight to banish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that was just the game. Anyways, yeah, he just got me in game 3 though, and it was pretty brutal, and it actually might have just been that game where I got shifted, and then I was still able to like build the dragoon. It was just extremely tough because all I had was a dragoon. So, but yeah, no, it was rough. VSK9's very oppressive. Once it gets going.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, 2-1. And then we're gonna play tomorrow. I'm gonna try Dark Magician. I'm gonna play with that.
Yep.
The consistency of it was great. So far.
Yeah, you just 2-0'd me.
Yeah.
In 2 game 1s, but 2-0's a 2-0.
Yeah. So I mean, if there's like a best of 3.
there's a way forward.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you that you're peacefully saying goodbye to Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
Like it did kind of have to get ripped out of your hands a bit,
Yeah.
but at least you're falling into the lap of crazy of Dark Magician Girl, let's say. And yeah, no.
Die Bellstar, the Black
Yes,
Witch.
yes, yeah, sure. That's
in between her thighs.
Okay.
Crushed.
Crushed.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Story from locals time. We got it's not a crash out. It's not a crash out. It's just funny as fuck.
Okay.
So I talked a little bit about the hero player I played round 1. I show up. It says guest, whatever, 66. And I'm like, oh boy, is this one of our characters that frequents our locals, or is this like a new player? I hate on Friday. It's a 3 rounds, no matter what. It's always 3 rounds. So I hate when there's like non-games. I hate when my game ends in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, man, I'm here. I might as well be playing.
Yeah.
So whenever I get paired up into a new player, it's either an opportunity to be like, this is how the game works, or it's like a cookening and then it's over and it's like, I just got to go around, talk to people, watch games, whatever. So this was one of those. But this guy shows up. I'm like, yo, it's good, man. He's like, I'm like, okay, it's a quiet guy. That's all good. And then he pulls out his deck box, which is just like a takeout container
Nice.
with unsleeved cards in it.
Incredible.
So I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
He wins the die roll, goes second. So I'm like, oh, like maybe this guy's playing some crazy blowout deck. I don't know. But he's not. And I set up my Dracotail board. He then goes to his turn. Normal summons. This guy didn't even know what a high roll was. I was like, high roll?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. So I roll. He's like, okay, so you go first. And I'm like, no, you get to roll 2. And there's a whole thing. So it's like, obviously this guy was very green, right?
Yeah.
But so game 1, I go first, set up the board, pass over to him. He first sets a back row card. So I'm like, what could this possibly be?
Turn 2 Malice.
Something. Yeah. I'm like, okay, sure. Normal summons Elemental Hero Neos Alias. So if you're unfamiliar with this card, 1900 beat stick.
Yeah.
It's an effect monster, but it's a Gemini monster. So that means once you normal summon it or get it on board, you have to use your normal summon to get it its effect. This is like a very dated subtype of monster from like 2007, 8-ish era.
Yeah, GX.
Yeah.
GX era.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Like, it's basically summoning sickness.
Yeah.
But in Yu-Gi-Oh! And maybe at the time, that was like balance.
Because on the field, its name is Elemental and Neos.
Yeah, but
Right.
that's part of its effect.
Yeah.
So
What was the other effect? If you remember.
I don't even know.
Okay.
Dude.
I think the whole idea is meant to be just like poly. It's your Neos. Normal
Yes.
summon Neos rather
Yeah.
than having the vanilla.
Yeah, because that might be a condition. But
Yeah.
either way,
Yeah.
it's a vanilla monster with 1900.
Yeah.
And then he passes. So I go, okay, still in your main phase, which he was confused by. I bounced it with Dracotail Horn. I chained my Gulamel. I popped his set. He passed with no board. I attacked him for game. Said, okay, that's game. He was like, okay. It's like, okay, well, that's game 1. He was like, yeah, you got it. I was like, no, like ONE 1. Like, we play 3. He's like, oh, okay. So we go to the next game. He has choice. He goes second again. I'm like, bro. So now I don't feel as bad because I'm like, this is like not you testing the waters. This is like your strategy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's something I'm unaware of and there's some FTK. But again, this guy has no sleeves on his cards and they came in a takeout box. So I'm like, he probably just doesn't know what he's doing. I go through my regular Draco Tail thing and kind of like the same thing happens where I just like kill him instantly. But at one point, I did the Fallen of White into Ecclesia and then made Synchro Ecclesia and summoned it to the extra monster zone. And he goes, wait, I thought we're not using extra monster zones. Keep in mind, I've had no previous conversation with this guy. So I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, like I thought you couldn't use them in this. I was like,
does bro think you're in Genesis?
So I'm like, this is advanced format. And he goes, I thought this is Genesis. I said, no, Genesis is on Thursdays, bro. And he was like, oh, okay.
This guy's got an illegal deck.
Bro, it gets worse. So I kill him, whatever. Hey, man, good game. Take off. While this game was going on, though, I heard some commotion from the top table where frequent to our locals plays, good player. And there's a guy beside him, also a regular at our locals. The guy beside him is going crazy. Like, oh my God, that's insane. So I'm like, what? Like, these are like well-versed players. I don't think there's much that's going to surprise them in that way.
Right.
So in my mind, the guy who is playing, he usually plays like Odeon. So I'm like, oh, maybe this guy like Jinzo'd and now he can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So after my quick game, I go and walk over there and the seat next to him is open. So I sit down and as soon as when I'm walking up, the other guy who was sat next to him goes, yeah, Mike got Exodia. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, the guy's first 5 cards were 4 pieces of Exodia. And then on his turn, he top decked the 6th. I'm like, wow, that's insane. Like he's playing it like some Exodia turbo strategy, right?
Yeah.
So I sit down next to him because I'm like, this is crazy. And as I'm sitting down, the well-versed player, the regular, it's like, dude, how many cards are in your deck? The guy's like, oh, I'm not sure. He's like, can you count them, please? And he's like, sure. So he starts counting one by one, and it's going very slow.
Yeah.
And he's like, mumbling, 55, 56, 57, 58. He's like, is it over 60? And the guy's like, shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the count again. And then there's like one of the characters next to him. He's like, oh, like, you know, if it's over 60, then you gotta. And then I'm like, dude, shut up. Let him count. This is important.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, he's got 3 cards on field and like 5 in the grave. So he counts his cards. He's like, yeah, it is over 60. It's 63. And Mike's like, oh, man, like, okay. And I'm like, don't worry. I'll go get Sean, the owner of the store, the judge, head judge, whatever. So I'm like, okay, listen, man, here's what's going on. This guy's got more than 60 cards. He's got no sleeves, and he Exodia'd on the first turn. He's like, oh, boy. So he comes out. He's got to count the deck. He counts it, and he's like, hang on, let me do that again. So now we've counted the cards for a 4th time. And I'm like, don't forget about the ones on board and field. He's like, oh, yeah. I just counted 71. I can't be right. It counts for a 5th time. 71 cards. So he goes, here's what's happening, man. There's one card you definitely can't play in your deck.
Oh, no.
It has to come out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you choose what other 10 cards have to come out of your deck. We're going to go straight to game 3. Mike's going to have one that game 2 because he lost the first one because he got Exodia'd.
Yeah.
And you guys will play game 3. And also, here on the house, here's a package of sleeves. You have to sleeve your deck. You can't. Because some of his cards are old, so they have like bend marks and shit in them. So it's like, you can't do that.
Jeez.
So the guy's like, oh, okay. Like, he had no idea. And he also thought it was Genesis night. So when Sean told him that the card was banned, he was like, it's banned at Genesis? It's like, this isn't Genesis, dude. He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, what's the card? He's like, oh, just Graceful Charity. And I'm like, yeah, man, you can't fucking play that. So then they play, Mike, he cooks him, like, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious that, like, this guy showed up with 71 cards. I'm like, even if you were playing Genesis, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Where the 71 came from?
Yeah, I don't know where these guys were like. They probably just heard of Genesis and were like, let's play a game. This is fun. Let's go play locals.
You could play all those cards.
Yeah.
Put it together. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, it was a little tough to watch.
That's brutal. No sleeves in a container. It's even crazier to me. Like, even if you are like an old school player, like there's still levels to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's still like.
Yeah, but there's old school like I used to play tournaments, and there's old school like I used to play in the playground.
Yeah, but even then you knew that was 40 to 60 cards.
Yeah, I guess not
I used to play on my friend's porches. I didn't know the rules. I didn't know the phases.
Yeah, I thought it was 50 flat. You couldn't do less or more.
Yeah.
Had to be 50 because that's what came in structure decks.
Right. So it's like I knew it was in that 40 to 60 realm, right? So whether I knew 60 was good because more cards or 40 for consistency, it's like very different.
Yeah.
But like 71 and
71's crazy.
And then no sleeves. And then like in a container, like whatever like
bro.
food thing, I was like, yo, that's even wild. Like, you don't
nuts.
have it like all like put together. So
the guy I was playing, I was like, and then I told Sean like, hey, there's another guy out there who's in a similar situation. You should go talk to him too. So he gave sleeves. So shout out to Sean for providing the community.
Yeah.
And then the guy who got Exodia was looking at me, and I'm like, hey man, we got to grow the game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be too upset. Yeah. We need new players. But yeah, that was pretty funny. That's the first I've encountered. I've seen guys without sleeves, or like guys with like crazy old decks, and it's like, oh, like I don't know. When I started playing tournaments, it's because like Chad and Charles were like, come play tournaments.
Yeah.
Like this is what we do. And I was like, oh shit. But I've never moved cities and had to like look up where my locals was or like anything like that. So I get if you're just playing with your buddy at home and you're like, we should go play for real. You just bring what you have and think it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, even if they showed up to Genesis, it would have been the same thing. Like you can't play these cards. Which makes me wonder, like, even if they are playing Genesis, like, how are they calculating their point totals?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Like, how do you know the Genesis points, but you don't know you can't play more than 60?
Yes.
So,
yeah,
it's a learning lesson, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the only way to look at it positively. Like, it happened.
Yeah, there must have been like a weird miscommunication of like Genesis, you can play old cards.
Yeah.
And that's all they heard.
Yes.
No points, no what certain cards.
Yeah. Or like
that's so funny.
With these decks, you can go play Genesis because you'll probably win more or something. But even then, they get blown the fuck out playing against anyone who's like passionate about playing Genesis. The craziest part about the whole thing, though, I'm not going to insinuate the guy was cheating or anything, but the improbability of drawing all 5 pieces of Exodia in 6 cards.
Yeah.
When you have 71 in deck.
That's the craziest
That's
part.
fucking insane. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know about that one. That seems a little sketchy. And
that's what I'm thinking. But, like, Mike's also very, like, known. I know he's always shuffles.
Yes.
And he also always, like, cuts at least.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem is because he has no sleeves. Shuffling the deck becomes harder.
Yeah. But at least, like, just, like, cutting it.
Any 5 cards that stuck together still stick together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's possible he when he cut it,
yeah,
he cut all 6 cards or 5 pieces of Exodia were in the first top 6. That's the part.
Like if he did cut and that was
the result, yeah. But the guy I was playing, like, and they were buddies, the two of them. He also didn't know like the cut, so I'm like, hey, I'm passing you my deck, you cut it, and he like cut it, and I'm like, now you put the other part on top, and he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, thanks, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's tough too because like. I find like I'm better at playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The earlier it is in the day.
Yeah.
Because like my mind is fresh. Mm-hmm. So like when I go play locals that are like in the evening, I find like I have to have an energy drink or something so I can get back into like being focused.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have less patience because of that. I'm like a little bit crabby.
Yeah.
So when there's new players and they tend to always come on like the evenings opposed to like the morning locals, I always feel bad because I'm like, normally I would be like more friendly and helpful, but I'm just like, man, I'm fucking here wasting my time playing against a guy who doesn't know you can't have 71 cards in the deck. Yeah. Like I want to test for regionals.
Yeah.
Like this is not helping.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. No shade to these guys. Like it's good that new players are playing, but you know, you should probably like look up some rulings.
Yeah.
Before like just the basic stuff. So yeah, if anyone's out there and they're trying to get into the game, just know there's some etiquette things you're gonna have to learn by going to locals. Yeah. But there's also some things you should know beforehand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You know like the basic rules.
Yeah.
Like the legal stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cards, deck size,
ban list.
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Go watch some Matt CS's if you're in that position. to see like the etiquette prior to games beginning and stuff like that. But yeah, it's nice to see though that either players are returning to the game because of Genesis, or just getting interest in the game out of nowhere. Yeah. Speaking of returning to the game, we got the unveil that you and I specifically have been waiting for.
Yes.
In what's it called? What's the actual name of the card?
The card or the set?
The card.
The Dark Magical Curtain.
Oh, Dark Magical Curtain. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of exactly what we said.
Yeah. It was like
combined,
exactly rumored plus.
Yeah, like we said, it's good. You said it's going to be a Dark Magic Curtain.
Yeah.
I said it's going to be DMG.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, I said Dark Magic Curtain not because like I knew it was going to be or like I had anticipation, but because it was rumored to be.
Rumored to be. Yeah.
So that's why I went off the rumors. So I was like, okay, well, those are usually like from TSX was saying it, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like it's a weird mix because it is DMG and it's cool because in the art you could see the old Dark Magic Curtain, so it plays on the idea of like dark, like the magician and its servant, which is DMG, and then unveiled is DMG, which is pretty neat. For like the sake of like that magic,
showmanship,
lore. So that was cool. But cool art. It's basically like a DMG spell card. That basically acts as a starter, quick play, so you can like draw phase. The point of the card is you special summon a dark spellcaster. I mean, it's a Dark Magician card, so you probably do Dark Magician, but it can be any dark spellcaster. But the effect of it is negated that turn, and then you add if you special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, you get to add one spell or trap that mentions Dark Magician, which is pretty good. So this is a very like a turn, like a draw phase Dragoon basically. So it's really nice. Otherwise, I mean, you right away jumped to the idea of floodgates. Pissed me off.
Well, look,
why is that first thing that goes through your head?
You have to use all the tools at your disposal.
For sure. Yeah.
So the ones we came up with were Mind on Air. That was mine. You're not a fan. We'll get into that.
No, I wasn't a fan for being the first choice.
Sure.
Like comboing into whatever.
No. But I think it's like, it's an option.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. For sure it's an option. Yeah.
So Mind on Air, if anyone doesn't know, it's basically just your opponent has to play with their hand revealed, which means cards that reveal for cost can't be activated.
Yeah.
Which means VSK9 or just VS doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I guess the Joko wouldn't summon.
And
or Genesis. Any of those cards that reveal something in hand to do something.
Lantern too, right? Does it have to reveal itself?
No.
No, it doesn't. So Joko.
Oh, maybe it does actually. Yeah.
Okay.
It does. Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
It shuts down that deck. It shuts down any of Craft's
badly
abusing to reveal itself, summon something else face down. So that's an option.
Yeah.
Another one is Gravekeeper Shaman.
Yeah.
Which is just Abyss Dweller, but a level like 7 spellcaster. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Is it cool? Maybe not. Like if you did that on to Dracotail, that's like GG's.
Right, because graveyard effects. So it's really good for certain decks. Like, but you just play one and you play, and like same with the Mind on Air. It's just really dependent.
It'd be
on
like side deck cards,
right? And it's dependent on the metagame because like if the graveyard effects, like if Branded is still really fucking strong, that'd be great against Branded. You don't get that recursion going on, right?
Dracotail.
Yeah. So things like that, it's always really good. Like it's good to consider and make sure you just have a copy. Yeah. Because if you are gonna play Dark Magician, then for sure.
Yeah.
But as far as like, is it all graveyard effects or monster effects? Do you remember?
I'd have to look it up again, but I think it's monster effects and grave. It's
it's just your opponent or both?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it's like Necro Valley.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, give or take, because if it's monsters, then it's fine with Dark Magician, because a lot of them don't use graveyard effects unless you're using like Primite or like Diabell. But again, it just really depends, and you can play around it with Dark Magician.
Yep.
But if it's all cards, then it might make it a little bit tougher for spells.
But even then, like you could summon it, and then if your opponent's playing a graveyard heavy deck like Dracotail or whatever, then
it really puts them off a lot.
If you're able to keep it for that turn and then pass back to you, you just activate a spell, banish it for demod.
Yeah.
Like
I mean
just turn skip, right?
Yeah. So and the card itself, like this quick play, it's like it gets you a free body regardless. So it's really, and it's just one card by itself. So if you do summon that Gravekeeper card, it's assuming your other 4 cards are also not summonable cards, which will lead you to demod anyways.
Yep.
So if you get Dragoon anyways plus that means all you can do is make an Arthalion, and then if I pop that and then your graveyard stuff doesn't work, then it's like, cool, right?
My initial reading of the card was like it's underwhelming, but upon further reflection, I think it's like exactly what the deck needs.
Yeah.
I think it's also it's hard to judge because we don't know what the format will be when it comes out.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like, oof, playing that into Radiant Typhoon kind of sucks.
Yes.
Because you start with a quick play and so do they.
Dude,
and then they could Sheena you because you've triggered their Crocea to summon, add 2, and then they get to Sheena you if they have it in hand.
Does Radiant Typhoon effects like quick play stuff work in battle phase as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to think because again, also deck dependent and when effects work.
Yeah.
So not just draw phase and standby, but if you just force it in the battle phase, you can also do stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can just summon bodies on bodies.
Yep.
Into like hella bodies because like, you know what I mean? Because if you use it, summon Dark Magician and get Gaze, you can then make. I mean, it also depends on your hand. It really does depend on your hand. And if you have a dragon, but then you can go Gaze into another monster, and then you can go, or even Secrets first into like a monster, Master Chaos, Reborn, and then just all in battle phase kind of thing. Yeah. But it really it does depend. But because of the quick play aspect, it is actually a lot better than it was if we were considering it as a normal spell. Mm-hmm. Whereas as a normal, you could make it a thrust target, but then you have to put thrust in the deck to make it like more searchable.
Yeah, I think the real thing was like wanted a normal spell so that when you go first off of Pharaoh's Servant, when that comes out, that you have something good to set. Yeah. But now it's more like you don't really need it. I think you can summon Pharaoh's Servant off this quick play. Does it count as being Dark Magician?
You're right.
But it can't activate its effects. So its effect to set wouldn't activate.
Isn't it's treated as Dark Magician like a floodgate kind of effect? So it's
still treated as Dark Magician, yeah.
Right. But it wouldn't get the set.
It wouldn't get the set.
No, yeah. So but it does get the quick effect next turn. Yes. Because, it should get the quick effect next turn, which is fine because you get a board wipe out of it, right? Like, or a back row removal. So it's good for that. And then, but even if you have that quick play spell plus that Dark Magician, then it's really good because then you get an additional spell off that quick play. So then you can reveal the Dark Magician. So you get like all easy 2 bodies. Yeah, it's good. It's really nice. Like you said, it is what the deck needed. And it does make the consideration of Raaid like up to 2, maybe even 3, because Raaid is now treated like a Sage. Yeah. Where it's a searcher like combo, and it does facilitate it can create your whole board. So that's why having more than one Raaid in the main is actually not the worst thing. Mm-hmm.
And it probably cuts the need for the Primite engine. Yeah. Because it serves as load if you need access to Dark Magician. Yeah. And I don't know. I just think you probably just don't need the Primite stuff because, Primite's adding your ability to get to Dark Magician as well as Drill Beam. Yeah. So you're basically just losing Drill Beam for like higher consistency. Yes. And maybe the ability to play like Impulse.
That's that's the trade off, right? Yeah. So it's really good, and I'm just trying to play with the numbers in terms of ratios. Mm-hmm. And by cutting out the Primite, you cut out 7 cards instantly. And then that kind of gets replaced with the 3 spells, the 3 Pharaoh Servant even, or even if it's like 2 Pharaoh Servant plus an additional Raaid, so it's 2 Raads and 2. It's just the idea, and then you still play the Diabell for consistency. But even the idea of a pure Dark Magician becomes a lot more consistent because there's so many spells and traps that you can search off so many different effects. Demod, Pharaoh Servant, that new quick play spell. Soul Servant can top deck any of them. Circle lets you excavate the top 3 cards. So when you chain it with certain effects, you can just get so much in circulation depending on what your hand is too. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. So it's the unpredictableness of what you can draw, but then like what you can do with that is
more options.
Endless
for sure.
Yeah, like it's not like Blue Eyes where it's like a streamline where it's like he goes like True Light. You set wishes, and you know what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Whereas with Dark Magician, it might be like, I don't know, he's searching this spell, so I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see what happens.
I think the cool thing about Blue Eyes, I was talking to Andreas about this a little earlier, that you can play so much non-engine and hand traps. Yeah. Whereas this deck has less of that right now.
Yeah.
Because like you're playing the Azamina engine, you're playing Dark Magician engine and Primite engine.
Yeah.
You don't have that many non-engine slots. So
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see maybe now or even when these cards come out, like Blue Eyes versus Dark Magician, which actually has the edge.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that matchup is totally indicative of how good either deck might be into the metagame.
Yeah.
Because I think Blue Eyes' meta viability is slipping. Just like you said, like going into VSK9 with it, going into Draco Tail with it, it's not great right now.
No. It's very hand dependent.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to like get the hand you want for it to do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like weirdly you do need like the bricks plus the vanilla in hand to make it like kind of work.
Yeah.
Like the non-target pops kind of thing. But if you don't have that, and to get to that point, you're already dying. Right. And then with Dark Magician, again, with so many of the quick plays and aspect of like banishing on summon and whatever, and the extra deck utility for some of the monsters, it can be pretty neat that way. Again, it's just what we're trying to, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what'll work. So I need to like hop on Nexus or whatever it is to just figure out what the ratios are like. And because again, you replace Primite with the new stuff, like I think right now I'm playing like 15 non-engine.
Okay.
So, and that puts me at like 43.
Right.
So even like if I take out this, I'll be at 12 non-engine, which is still not bad. But then you take out Primite and you can add like impulses. That the impulse is what they offer for the deck. Like a deck is really strong in itself. So yeah, we'll see. It's good. Like I like the new spell. I think it's very handy. Pharaoh Servant is great because there's so many options to set. Like you don't even have to set a spell that you can use that turn. It can just be something you wait on the follow-up turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brick of all bricks, you just use Pharaoh Servant. You set Gaze, pass. You at least have a Dragoon. If the rest of your cards in hand are just hand traps and like board breakers, like it's still something, and it's not the worst. Whereas with Blue Eyes, it's like you end with the Blue Eyes as like the worst board, and maybe a Drill Beam. Whereas this is like you end with an Omni Negate. That's different. Yeah, that's significantly different.
Yeah. I definitely think the boards are scarier in Dark Magician.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, the set's already out in Japan.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've got our first looks at the real like physical
cards,
full art cards.
Yeah.
They look great.
Yeah.
Dark Magician looks the best of any of them.
Yeah, still does.
We saw the Grandmaster rares.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Hoping to pull those so I could put a down payment on a house.
Yeah, if it like we're talking like
shit,
$7,000 to
prices,
$10,000. Yeah, $7,000 to $10,000 for the Grandmaster rare. I get it. You know, it's serialized 1 through 100.
Yep.
So yeah, it's insane. It's very expensive. I didn't think it was gonna be that expensive, but that's
good.
First release just came out. And if you don't know, the card comes in like 5 different rarities. The Grandmaster, a secret rare of the Overframe, an ultra rare of the Overframe,
then a
secret rare like normal version, like a normal art style, like of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and then an ultra version. Those are the 5 versions of the card. And the Grandmaster again, serialized 1 of 100. So you're not guaranteed a Grandmaster from each box. You're not guaranteed probably per case.
There's 100 in the world.
Yeah, you're not even guaranteed per like 10 cases. You know what I mean? Like the numbers there is astronomical, I'm sure. But the secrets in themselves, I'm sure we're talking, like I think the secret Overframe will be pretty pricey. It just will depend on the card and the viability of the card. Dark Magician, that spell card, any cards that are just kind of like some of those, the Link 2, I think, or whatever it was. Like if it's actually really broken.
Yes, the Cyrus one.
Yeah, like if it's actually busted and good, then I can see that being priced as a secret rare like Overframe, because again, it's like a sought after Overframe, like higher rarity.
Yeah, that's the thing is like it's not just that it's cool art.
Yeah.
And there's a nostalgia factor for some of like the retrains.
Yeah.
But also like a lot of these cards have busted effects.
Yes. So
not only is the price going to be high from a meta standpoint of like people want these cards to play them, but also collectors.
Yeah.
So to that point though, I'm glad that they come in like normal card versions because
you don't have to wait.
Yes, exactly.
Like, you don't have to like sit out on this. Like, I'll have to wait till the reprint. Or
exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
So hopefully that same printing structure is going to be the same when they release in North America.
Yeah.
Though I will say, like, do you remember when Magia first came out in Terminal Revenge?
Yes.
It was like you couldn't get them. People were cracking like cases
Yes.
to try to get one.
Yeah.
It eventually got reprinted. It's still pricey
Yeah.
after the reprint, but to me that was a misstep. It was cool, but because no one could get it, the draw of it, and because it was like not as playable as these new cards are, like these new cards are like very playable.
Yes.
Whereas Magio's like, it's cool if you summon it, but it's not really a meta.
Especially at the time, because Blue Eyes wasn't even out yet.
Yeah.
And Dark Magician can't really summon it that easily without like King of the Swamp bullshit.
And even in Blue Eyes, it's like, I'm sure many a game were won with it, but it's a pretty outable card.
Yeah.
Like, I remember some guy at local summoned it, and he was like, yeah, you negate the first imperm, but not the second, so that it's offline and it's just a body.
Yeah. And in your direct, for example, you just chain block Malulu, and then you negate its effects.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's it is very outable. It's so sad.
But a very cool card, right?
Yeah.
And so I think this is the better approach, whereas like you still want that chase aspect, but don't gatekeep everybody's else's access to the card.
Yes.
So this is like the proper way to do it, is like there's a chase version of it that everyone recognizes and wants.
Yeah.
There's only 100. So we already know it's limited.
Yeah.
It's never going to be reprinted.
Yeah.
In that rarity.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. I think that's why we're seeing such high prices for it, is because like there's an accepted knowledge of like, this is one of a kind, or 1 in 100. Still, if you're able to pull one of these, and there's the possibility too that like not all of them ever get pulled.
Yeah.
They're sitting in a Walmart fucking display box somewhere, like that no one cracked or something.
10 years later, someone pulls it.
Exactly. So
yeah, it does give it that like value. Like, oh, that could be the box where like the number 52
exactly
it might be in. You know, you never know. So that is kind of cool to think about, because like maybe not 100 will get pulled.
Yeah, and if you pull it, it's like I was saying in the group chat, like I almost don't want to pull it because the anxiety of like having it and just trying to get rid of it is going to be so crazy.
Yeah,
because. Yeah, bro, you're sitting at locals and you pull like a fucking $20,000 card. You're like, yeah, I guess my tournament's over today.
Yeah,
I'm not sticking around to get fucking robbed. You know, get out of there.
Tripping balls.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, because so in case for people who don't know, Magia and its set only came out as a quarter century rare. So that was the only rarity you can get, and yeah, it was like $1,500 for so long, and then it came out and they dropped.
Yeah, and it was like it dropped to like 600.
Yeah,
and then. Yeah, it wasn't until like the reprint, and it was wild because in the OCG that was not their release strategy.
Yeah,
it was still a high rarity, but like everyone could kind of have access to it, so they were playing it in Blue Eyes, and then it was meta relevant. But for whatever reason, it never really became like you could make the
card.
But it was like you had to play like Ulti Fusion and like
you had
to that, and by the time you made it, you were already kind of winning.
Yeah.
So it was like it was just kind of a flex.
That was the thing with Blue Eyes. It was not like a good route for it.
Yeah,
it was like if you were getting to that point, you're already gonna win.
Yeah, it was already a grind game, and you could already win without it. Yeah. But it was cool to do.
Just to do, yeah. So, the set is really cool though. I'm glad that it like looks like it's coming out really well. Like the cards in the pool were good. You got the Charmies, and then you got the Overframe cards. They're fucking insane. Like that trap card for the
new
synchro.
Trap, the synchro one.
It's a turn 0. Like you activate it in hand, and you make your board. Like
I've seen people.
It's worse than Banker Soul.
Already doing like FTK strategies with it. So that's a little scary.
Yes,
and I mentioned this last week on the solo pod that like I am a little bit worried about the strength of some of these cards.
Yes,
and the power creep that we're kind of seeing.
Yeah,
it makes total sense because again, you want cards that. Competitive players want, and casual players and collectors want, and they're hitting all those bases. But what is going to be the competitive fallout of that?
Yeah, and the concern here too is like it makes decks that were good like 10 years ago, that were good 10 years ago, relevant now. Yeah, but because they were written 10 years ago, those clauses aren't as like they're not hard ones. Turns, so then it becomes even scarier because then now the cards get abused. Now they're not going to ban the new cards; they're going to ban the old stuff because this is what they're going to do until they figure out the balances. But because they need to make their money.
It's an interesting balancing point too, right? Because you print those cards because you recognize that people love those decks, and so like their entire Yu-Gi-Oh. Like their entire access to Yu-Gi-Oh is through that deck. Yeah. So like someone like Andreas, right? He plays 6 Sams. He's a 6 Sam player. He's always played 6 Sams. He hasn't played anything else really. He's played Blue Eyes a bit.
Yeah.
If 6 Sam isn't viable, he's likely not to play the game.
Yeah.
Right? So 6am gets support like a year or two ago, a year and a half ago, and then he's able to keep playing the game, which means he's part of your customer base.
Yeah.
By way of playing the game. Now, if you have to go back and ban those 6am cards because the new ones are too good,
Yeah.
is the deck still playable, one?
Yeah.
And two, is that a good enough trade-off for the people who want to play those decks?
Yes.
Now, in North America, you have Genesis, so maybe like there's something there.
Yeah.
But
that sucks if you're just advanced format kind of guy. Then it's like, oh, now I got to go play this other thing that I don't really care for.
Exactly. So I know for myself, like there's new Tellarknight cards coming out. I don't think they're like game breaking, but I think they're very good.
Yeah.
And allow you to play that deck should you choose to, and I will. But you know, if there was ever a point where like some of the old Tellarknight cards got hit, it may become that thing like we've spoken about before, where it's like it doesn't feel like I'm playing Dark Magician.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm playing this new thing that they're telling me is Dark Magician, but it's not.
Yeah.
I imagine it was like pretty similar for like Fire King players, where it's like every good card in the deck got a retrain, and so like you played one or two of the old ones.
Yeah.
It's like, so are you still playing the deck you know and love, or is it something different? Especially when like the new cards facilitate new strategy. So like, say you're playing Malice, and if 5 years from now they release Malice cards that like ritual summon, something weird like that, like where it's totally off, and they don't banish the ritual summon, they like shuffle back.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's an interesting synergy there, but like for someone who played Malice, that's like all banish, you might be like, this is not the same gameplay loop I like.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer interested. And I've definitely had that with certain decks where it's like they add new cards and it's like, oh, this wasn't what the deck was before.
Yeah.
So then you're no longer interested. And if they hit those old cards, then there's no in for you anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm curious to see how it all plays out. Again, I'm kind of like worried about the overpowering or the power creep of like staples.
Yeah.
Because I'm of the belief that staples should be only ever designed to a certain level.
Yes.
So that it's not just pay to win.
Yeah. It should be like a 1-for-1, maybe 1-for-2 kind
one
of
for one, 1-for-2 kind of. Yeah. Like even Crown is basically a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
It has the ability to swing games, but I think I've said this, I've been saying this for a while. I think the card is a little overhyped.
Yeah.
It could just be an element of this format, but I think if there was ever a format for that card to shine, it's now.
Yeah.
Because Radiant Typhoon's in the mix.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's really been as crazy as people touted it to be.
Yeah. I think it's mostly because of how it reads, because of all the things it does.
Yes.
But then it's like the application of it, like, oh, it's just an imprint.
Yeah.
It's just a droplet.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
In
Veiler.
principle, it's, Spellbound plus Veiler.
Yeah.
And that's good, but is it
$100?
Probably not.
No.
But that's, I mean, Konami only has control over that when they choose the rarity of it, which they made it a secret rare, which boosts the price on launch.
Yes.
Right. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for the Overframe thing.
I am too.
We're probably gonna have to get a case as a group here.
I think as a case to 2, honestly, just because there's so many cards that we'll all want.
Yeah.
So to guarantee that we get our play sets and the rarities that we want, and then flip the rest. And if we get a Grand Master, then we are eating good.
Get a Grandmaster.
Yeah.
What do we even do with it? Like,
I think we just split.
We split it, but like, yeah,
or just memorabilia.
Yeah,
slab it.
Yeah, we pimp out the fucking podcast setup.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's sick though. It's cool. We get a squad house. I don't know.
Yeah. Squad house,
but,
RDC shit.
Yeah, no, like it's good. Like because of the value of each of those cards and because of how sought after the set will be, I think getting 2 cases would not even be a bad idea because not only do we get what we want, but we can easily flip it.
Yeah.
And then just kind of do as we want with that. And I think it's great. I love this set. I think it's such an awesome set. It gives so much more support to decks that people want to play.
Yes.
Because it is nostalgia support plus like modern viable. So if anyone that wants to actually get back into the game, this is perfect. So anyone who's like learning with Blue Eyes, learning with any of the nostalgia decks, this is a perfect time because then when these stuff come out, you get a hero support, Blue Eyes support, Dark Magician support. Unfortunately, no Red Eye support, but like you get Stardust support.
What is happening? My thing right now.
I think next year. I think next year
Yes.
will be the year for like other decks, and I hope again, like I hope the Toon cards get support because they have not been touched. I don't think they haven't gotten support.
They got announced that they're getting support.
Okay, yeah, maybe I saw something. I can't remember, but like all we saw is just new relinquishes.
The thing we talked about was whatever the set's called, Chaos something.
Yeah,
where it's like a retrain of Invasion of Chaos.
Yeah.
And maybe Chaos Origin or something. I can't remember. But it's got Yugioh on the cover with the new Dark Magician of Light and Darkness or whatever it's called. And I think that might be like we always talk about like what if they remade the original like Duelist Kingdom anime.
Yeah.
This feels like that.
Yes.
Where it's like if they start like retraining those old sets, that'd be very crazy. Cool, right?
I think it'd be good. The first like 5. And arguably like
they have with Memento. Like we've already seen.
Yeah, like Memento, but like not even just that, but like even like this Hero collection and the Rival collection is like LOB and like whatever.
Magic Ruler and shit.
Yeah, right? So it's like it's almost like that, and then you just got the Envision of Chaos.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, anything else, like they can just add more later. Like even if they do like the structure decks, you can look at it this way, like you got Yuki and Kaiba from each set. And they can do like a Joey and Pegasus. So they can do a Rivals too, and then and then
It'd
Heroes.
Be so sick, dude,
then,
if the new Toon monsters have synergy with Relinquished.
It would be cool.
I would play the fuck out of it.
I wish it did. That would be cool because the new Relinquished monster is really cool, and it's very easily summonable because of how Azamino works with like Dark Magician.
Oh yeah.
So you could summon it there, and then like into like Hecka Hands because there is illusions there.
Oh yeah.
I'm playing spellcasters, so even a super poly target's really just good. And then like they take damage when they like it's such a good fusion monster and easy to summon. So I don't know, the upcoming cards are really cool. They're really strong. Like all the Overframe are like arguably not all of them, but they're arguably like overpowered. Like Overframe overpowered. Like but it makes these decks that are just shit better. Like
and that's the one thing, right? Like yes, it's gonna be a power creep, but a power creep to the point where everybody gets access to it.
Yeah.
I think. And the cool thing that we talked about, like with the Dominus cards, is like they advance certain decks, but not all.
Yes.
Opposed to something like Imperm, where it's like everyone can use this and it's good for everybody, kind of thing. Or like Ash Blossom, whereas like these are like if you're playing synchros, you as a synchro player get access to this card that's crazy for synchros, and whatever have you other strategies, whatever. But it's not Rising Tide lifts all ships. That's what the set is, but not any specific card. That's like, oh, everyone should play this card because it's crazy. It's like everyone gets a card that makes their deck better, but none more so than the other, which I think is cool. Because then it's power creep, but it's power creep on an even playing field. Whereas if it's just power creep, then it's like, oh, you have to play one of these 3 decks or you lose.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like every deck got a little bit better.
Yeah.
We'll still have that 3 deck problem, but like it won't be because of this set.
Yes. Yeah. So, I think it's cool. I think it's really nice. Like as a nostalgia player, it's a really good way to go back into it.
Yeah.
So, and because of how accessible normal hand traps are and the hand traps that they're adding into this set, like there's no excuse to not be modern ready. Plus playing the deck you love. Like sure, certain decks don't get boosts, but there's so many nostalgia decks to like go over. Like you can't do every deck, right? There's still like Blackwing, there's still Six Sand, there's still,
but they get the Crimson Dragon Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, I guess so. If you want, but I don't even know if Blackwing can even go up to that far, to that level 12. Regardless. RDA support this year, Stardust support additionally, and then you got Dark Magician plus a little bit more Blue Eyes in addition to last year's Blue Eyes, so it's cool. And then you got your Cyber Dragon plus your heroes / masked heroes this year.
Right.
Like nostalgia support has been really good, and I think it's really good that Konami has been doing that the last couple of years, plus just doing their normal deck builder sets. Because like the zombie stuff, like I don't care for it, but I think that's fucking awesome.
I think it's cool. I think it's not something I would play. But I do think it's cool. It's TCG exclusive too, and that's 2 years in a row. Like last year we got Odeon, which is like a nostalgia TCG exclusive.
Right.
That was good. I haven't played against Pumpkin yet in any like online or in person. But like reading the cards, it's like, this is a functioning deck. And so I think it's going to be more similar to Odeon, where it's more like this is like a rogue strategy that you better be prepared for, but not like a.
Hopefully, it's not as annoying as Odeon.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. But yeah, that'll do it for us today, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a new feature on YouTube I'm hearing about. It's called Hype. It's for smaller channels. You can press this button and hype it up to your friends or whatever.
Oh shit!
If you see that down below, hit that, hit like, hit subscribe.
Yeah.
Let us know what cards you're excited from the OverFrames.
Yeah,
and,
comment down below thoughts and opinions on that. It's always greatly appreciated. So.
Yeah. We'll catch you next time. Peace.